2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Clippers playing against the Houston Rockets at Toyota Center. And for Houston, they dropped the first matchup against this squad. They'll try to even the series in tonight's game. And tonight, Danilo Gallinari takes the floor. Has the height of a power forward, the game of a small forward. Kenny, what does he give this team?
Scoring efficiency. You know, lots of threes, lots of free throws, lots of versatility.
Impressive skill level for his size. Can shoot from a standstill and put the ball on the floor.
That does it for us. Kevin Harlan with a call, and we will see y'all later.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Houston, Texas, as the Rockets take it to the hardwood, bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports with Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. And joining us tonight, a man who once said he will never write another traditional sports column. Please don't say that. So, Bill Simmons, don't say that.
Well, now you just have to tweet. You need 280 characters, and you can pretend you're a writer.
What do you think of social media?
I actually think for basketball, it's been a huge advantage. And it hasn't been a huge advantage for a lot of other things, but I think it's made basketball a lot more fun. I do worry, though, sometimes that people are just watching their Twitter feed over the games. I still think there's an advantage for people who actually are watching what's going on versus watching people's reactions to what's going on.
Interesting. And, of course, Wesley Johnson. They will definitely miss his contributions.
And, Kevin, he was an important player for him, I think more than people give him credit for. And that's not to say the trade was a mistake, but this is a guy they'll miss.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, we know James Harden hits that step-back three a lot, and Mike D'Antoni says most coaches would think, okay, he had a tough shot, live with it. That's some hard living. But it's one of the most lethal shots in the game. Kevin?
Yeah, with that pump fake, he can get to the free throw line too, D.A. There's just no answer. Bill in Houston, if there's one critique of James Harden's game, it's been his defense. But do you think that's changing a bit? We're seeing some evolving in his game.
Definitely changing. First of all, he's playing defense now, which has been a revelation.
Jeff Bezdelik, I think, has really gotten his fingerprints on it.
Yeah, good name drop, too, by the way. I like that. Yeah, you know what changes your defense is being picked apart online and Twitter GIFs and YouTube clips and people on studio shows on big, giant HD screens pointing out that you didn't try on this and that you're a matador. And I think that there's been a shaming element of his defense that's actually been successful for him. And I wish we had that in the 80s for Dominique Wilkins and some of these other guys. Maybe if we had shamed Dominique Wilkins, maybe we would have played better defense.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Harris and Gortat are up front. Avery Bradley is out there at Patrick Beverly. And it's Mba Amute in at the three. Anthony kicks to Harden. A second chance effort, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on Avery Bradley.
And it's clear that the Beard is a special player, a clutch performer. He loves to play the game of basketball.
Now, gentlemen, two shots. Two shots.
Free throw drops for Harden.
And Harden finished second in MVP voting in 2017, won the MVP in 2018. A multi-talented combo guard who just seems to get better every season.
And both free throws good for James Harden.
He's so confident, so self-assured on every free throw he takes.
Beverly the pass to Harris. And he's off on his first shot of the game. And the Rockets defense much improved, at least statistically, on the perimeter and inside. What did you think, though? What did the eye test tell you on that?
Well, it told me that James Harden was trying harder.
Yeah, right.
I
think Chris Paul may have changed the culture in that way a bit.
Absolutely. Hey, it's funny because you figure you put Mike D'Antoni and James Harden together, and that's a recipe for a defensive disaster. Mike D'Antoni, when he was in the Suns, they didn't practice defense. I know for a fact, the Suns have told me that. My buddy Jalen played for them. They didn't even address defense. So you put him with James Harden and didn't care for a while there anyway, and you just think this is going to go badly. But I thought they were really good defensively last year. We'll see if it continues.
Ball against Beverly. Gortat with a screen on Paul. Passes it to Mbah-a-Moute. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To the wing on the left. Beverly for 3. He's off on that one. The Rockets go the other way with it. Chris pass to Harden. The 19-footer is on the money.
Oh, that's just the confidence Harden has in himself. I mean, ready to fire as soon as he receives the pass.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
No coverage that time. Beverly's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Rockets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Harden dishes to Paul. Back to Harden. On the pass to Paul. And it's blocked.
And Beverly just goes all out on defense, which is what allows him to come up with these rejections.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Houston in the lead. Here's Harden. An easy 2 points on the layup. Harden's got 6.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Now here's Bradley. 11 points for him in that last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Bradley. And here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's top shot blockers from last season. Second is Clint Capella.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where he puts in that effort and energy.
Bill, the Rockets going into last season, new ownership. Seems like the transition has been pretty smooth so far in Houston.
Yeah, except that they left a title on the table last spring. They came really close. They had big leads in Game 6, big lead in Game 7, and just could not close the door. And that's been a recurring theme for James Harden, for Chris Paul, who missed the last 2 games.
Those games, right.
And I don't know if they're ever going to have a better chance than that, because you talk about Chris Paul now. He's in the 2005 draft. I think this is his 14th year. And point guards, as they get older, you can still get the 28 to 30 minutes a game out of them, but you're not getting like a top 3 All-NBA team type of performance. And I just wonder if they missed their window.
And the Clippers miss again.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Anthony, the pass to Chris. Back to Anthony. Over Mbah-a-Moute. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Man, this is a joke. Right? I mean, there's been some glimpses of hope, but they've been few and far between.
Here's a look at some stats for Bradley, how he did last season. Put up about 14 points per, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
He hustles, does the little things, just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team.
And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Oh, man, yeah, he ran it all the way. He got a jump on it. Very close.
Houston moving it around. Pass to Beverly. There's a screen by Gortat. Poked away. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And the jam by Harden.
Well, Kevin, how about the quick hands of Harden? Easily coming up with the steal thanks to his activity.
Clippers trail by 9. Pass to Bradley. Bill, a top advisor for the U.S. High School Athletics and Activities Division, recommended that schools adopt esports programs. What's your take on that?
I'm all in. It's probably my son's only chance to go to college, so I really hope it happens. Now, listen, the world changes every decade, and you got to change with it. And the reality is, esports is one of the biggest things we have now. And if you're under 15, you're way more likely to play video games and be good at that than you are to do anything else. So why wouldn't we be able to benefit from that? The whole esports in general, just the audiences they're getting, and as a spectator event, that's been building. So why wouldn't that work for college?
Williams, he's checked in for Bradley. Clippers trail by 11. Beverly with the ball. He's coming off a 16-point game against New Orleans. Gortat with the screen for Beverly. And Gortat gets it to go in on the assist by Beverly. Gortat's got his second basket. Thinking about how much sports video gaming has changed over the decades, Bill. Can you imagine a 13, 14-year-old Bill Simmons with the 2K product? You would just be all over that, wouldn't you?
You have no idea, Kevin Harlan. I was there for every step of the video game revolution. I had an Intellivision and an Atari. I had Nintendo. I had Super Nintendo. I had all 3 of the first PlayStations.
You played them all the time.
I played entire Madden seasons on the treadmill when I was like in my early 30s. Try playing any video game on the treadmill. Try it, and try not falling off. It's impossible. I've been there every step of the way. I am pro esports. Basketball, I'm jealous of the people who can play 2K well, because there's just, that sounds like an old guy, but so many buttons and so many things to remember. I'm always so impressed when people just remember all the combinations and stuff. I'm jealous.
Like your son does this.
My son
plays
can do it.
I know it.
But I could have done it. I know you could have. I want to take 1984 me out of a time machine and just give me this game. I would have unleashed.
Yeah, but 13-year-old Bill Simmons would like what 40-year-old Bill Simmons is.
13-year-old Bill Simmons would be amazed that 48-year-old Bill Simmons was getting paid to do anything. He'd really be excited about that. Just that he wasn't living at home. We would have been fired up.
Throw good, Lou Williams. Bill, we know in your writing that you love to incorporate pop culture references. How did that begin with you?
Well, it began because in college, I was dropping them in columns and people were responding. I think pop culture probably mattered more when I was in college in the 80s and 90s because, we didn't have the internet back then. It was harder to connect with people you didn't know. You had sports and pop culture and politics. Those were the 3 ways of I'm getting to know you. What are the 3 things we're going to talk about? I didn't want to talk about politics with anybody, so the other 2 things for me were sports, pop culture. I was also an only child in the 70s with only 5 or 6 TV channels watching Brady Bunch, Partridge Family, Sanford and Son, Jeffersons, Good Times, all that stuff. And, that stuff just soaks into your DNA, and that's it.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Scott, a screen. Back to Marjanovic. No good. Some solid defense there by Nene. To the middle. The jump hook. And yes, it's good. Tucker's got his first 2 points. And Bill, in talking about the connection between pop culture, sports, and basketball during your career, through it all, you've always been a writer, though, haven't you?
Always been a writer. Only that was the only child of me. The thing is, though, I would have watched more basketball, but basketball wasn't on.
Right.
You know, I try to explain this to people, how lucky they are to be able to watch.
They can't believe these finals were taped away.
Well, but think about the day-to-day, right? Like Magic Johnson. I feel like I saw his whole career, but I really didn't. Like, his first couple years in L.A., I think CBS was only showing, like, 6 or 7 regular season games.
And Sunday afternoons.
In the playoffs, they would bump them off.
Yep.
USA, I think, got the contract in maybe 1982, but for the most part, like, I love George Gervin. I probably saw him play in person twice, and I saw him on TV maybe 10 times, 12 times. And now I could watch Giannis every day. And if Giannis dunks, I could see it on Twitter 5 minutes later, or 5 seconds later. So I think people are lucky. You guys should appreciate how lucky you are out there.
Here's Nene after the Clippers pick up 2. And there's Eric Gordon on the assist by Nene. And the Rockets lead by 13.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Teodosic, the pass to Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
And he set that dunk up brilliantly with the kickback pass.
Look at that, Greg. That's a great decision on the break. That's not a pass every player would see.
Bill, one shot to win a game. You can pick any player. Who's going to take that shot for you?
Kevin Durant. I think he has the most ways to get a good shot off. I always look at it as, is it a quality shot to get off? So he can post the smaller guy up. He can shoot a 3. He's got the pull-up hezzy jumper, as he calls it. He can go to the lane and pump fake and do a little drop step. And I just think he has the most moves. Some people would say LeBron, but am I getting regular season LeBron or playoff LeBron?
Playoff LeBron.
Playoff LeBron would be my number one choice.
He'd be pretty good.
Yeah, he'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Regular season LeBron, I'm not as enthused about.
That free throw good from Gallinari. Talking about last-second shot instincts, Bill, you mentioned LeBron, KD. What about Curry? Where does Curry rank in that conversation?
Curry's good.
Top 5?
You can guard Curry in those one-on-one situations with the right people. I'm not saying you're to stop him, but, you know, you put a taller guy on him. And Curry, to me, Curry is the greatest not in the offense scorer I've ever seen in my life, where he can get 32 and hit 10 threes and wasn't really involved in the game. Just, you forget about it from one play, and all of a sudden he's in the corner and they're setting him up, or he's running off the screen. It's a lot, almost like what Reggie Miller and Ray Allen were able to do, where, yeah, you run them off screens and you tire the guys out and you kind of hope the defense forgets they're out there. But he's not a conventional get out of my way, guys. I'm going to get to the rim.
Absolutely.
Score like someone like Donovan Mitchell is.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
There's a minute 34 left to play in the first quarter. And here's the break. Shot on the wing. Off the left rim and out.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Clippers trail by 10. Takes the 3. Rebounded by Tucker. Here's Carter Williams. On the wing, Gordon. 50 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And the rejection by Marjanovic. Williams against Gordon. 13 feet away. Shots good by Williams. Williams has got it back down to single digits for Los Angeles. Williams has gone 2 for 4 so far here tonight. Carter Williams kicks it to Tucker. Softly drops in the floater.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Williams against Gordon. Now Williams. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. from deep three-point range and released it in time, but it's off the mark.
Would love to see more of this from Gordon, showing he can make a difference on defense.
And so it's the Houston Rockets going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're shooting the ball so well in this one, a great performance from the field. And we'll be right back after this. Now a chance to hear shooting guard Eric Gordon talk about their key to winning.
It's all about not making mistakes, getting rebounds, and getting good stops to really push the pace up. And I think when we do that, we always are at our best.
And, Greg, nowadays it's all about pushing the pace.
And it's an offensive-oriented league now. When you execute and really look to attack, it puts the opposition on their heels.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
I mean, a huge lead, and already after this first quarter, they're starting to make it look easy.
I love it. They have their track shoes on. Right off the tip, they were in full attack mode. This offense is really churning.
We've got Gordon. E.J. Tucker is out there with Ennis. Then there's Nene. And it's Carter Williams in at the point guard position. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Rockets leading by 8. Bill, the way that super teams are being put together right now, good or bad for the league?
I'm confused. I have been watching this league since I was a kid. We've always had super teams. There's never been an era where we didn't. What do people think the Jordan era Bulls were, and what do they think the Shaq, Kobe Lakers were? This is how the league is. I think what bothers people this time around specifically is that the Warriors won 73 games and they added Kevin Durant. Now, I get it. I get why it bothers people. On the other hand, your job as a franchise is to tilt the competitive advantage in any way you can toward your favor. They did a great job building their team. They did a great job building enough cap space for this year that everybody knew was coming, the summer 2016. We knew the cap was going to jump. And they played it perfectly, and they got Kevin Durant out of it. He played it perfectly, too. He was on a team. He wasn't going to win the title in OKC. He wasn't going to win the title playing with Westbrook. Not to sound like a Durant apologist, but he wants to win a title and beat LeBron James. If you're going to do that, you're going to try to get on the best possible team you can.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, the Clippers are going in a new direction. Now, Coach Doc Rivers said, we had a shot. I don't think anybody understands how hard it is to win a title. Until you do that, you're going to be frustrated a lot and have to make tough decisions. Kevin?
Well, they're trying to make the right decisions to rebuild better than before, D.A. Thanks. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. And, Bill, we were discussing how teams are constructed in recent years. The changes in 2016 to cap space. How Kevin Durant landed with the Warriors.
I see the analogy that, it's like stacking a pickup game and just grabbing the best 4 guys and just beating people on a pickup court for 4 hours. But that's the thing. The league isn't a pickup game. The league, everyone operates by the same rules. And the Warriors,
everybody had a shot at him.
Everyone had a shot. The Celtics had a shot. He didn't want to interview with the Lakers. The Knicks had cap space. They didn't have a chance. The Wizards had cap space. He was from Maryland. Didn't want to go there. So, I think the Warriors should get a little more credit for how smart they were with everything.
That's good from Tucker. Now we've seen some top prospects forgo college, enter the G League straight out of high school. What do you think is the future of the G League, and do you like where it sits right now?
I do. I wish they spent more money on salaries.
I agree.
I wish they blew it out. I mean, I think this is the first year we've had 30 G League teams. This should be the #1 place you'd want to go after high school. You should not want to go to college. You should want to go to a AAA awesome league that's set up.
And they're bringing kids up and down off that G League roster all the time.
It's just better, and you're going to have a better chance to succeed as a professional basketball player. You see the situation we're in now with the one-and-done guys. They go to college. They show up in September. They're playing all the way through till March. whenever they get knocked out, they drop out of college. And they might last, you know, till round 2 in the tournament, which is what, March 20th? Right. And they're out. So they've been in college for 6.5 months. How's that a good system? They didn't even finish 2 semesters. So I would much rather see the G League work, and I don't understand why they don't spend a little more on it and just make it like a force. I don't think the moves are that hard.
Now here's Anthony, following the miss by Lou Williams. Just 3 to shoot. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Takes the 13-footer, and nets basket number 4. He's taken 9 shots to this point.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And here's Harden, who's coming off a 25-point game against Utah.
Not to mention his defense. I mean, he was a terror. He came away with 3 steals and caused a whole lot of headaches.
And I love seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position, an effective scorer in that area.
There's a screen by Gortat. Back to Williams. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Williams has got 13.
All about the pick there. I mean, let him shed his man and square up for the jumper.
Harden dishes to Tucker. To the paint. To the inside. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Marquise Chris, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Beverly's checked in. That's tipped. Harris outside. Inside. Another shot. And it's Beverly missing.
The active defense making things very hard on him as he goes in for the layup.
Ball against Beverly. Gortat with the block.
Oh, that's just the long wingspan of Gortat. I mean, it's highly effective, especially how he swats away shots.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
And the Clippers call time here. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And whether by design or by accident, they drew so many fouls in that game. Foul trouble for the other side became a huge issue.
Yeah, Greg, it forced them to go much deeper into their bench than they wanted to. And then the game got ugly.
And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Clippers.
And clearly, this is a squad that makes its living in the paint. Very few teams are as determined to get the ball inside as much as they are. They aren't going to settle for jump shots. They're going to continue to pound it down low.
Los Angeles with another miss.
Wow, he's really been dragging him down.
Bradley against Harden. Over in the corner, Paul. Screened by Capella. And Harden launches it from deep. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
Now here's Harden. Following the miss by Avery Bradley. And he lays in the alley-oop. And now an 11-point Houston lead.
Yeah, he's superb at finding open teammates. Harden, I love how he looks to shed a rock.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Harris. Over in the corner, Mbamute. And Gortat kicks to Mbamute. Nails the wide-open jump shot. Here is Harden. He's got 14. Passes it to Capella. Here's Anthony over Mbamute. Again, the Rockets score.
And Anthony, really one of the most confident jump shooters. An elite level scorer who gets plenty of opportunities.
Now here's Beverly. A nice shot by Harris.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Rockets leading by 8. Harden the pass to Carmelo. Paul kicks to Chris. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Young, rangy big man. Chris possesses a nice skill set, and I think the potential to be a terrific player in our league.
The Rockets have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
2 shots.
That's good from Chris. Good on both.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Gortat with a screen on Paul. And Baamute against Anthony. And Baamute kicks to Gortat. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Well, look, I just like how Gortat is using his size inside. He has a wonderful touch on these interior shots.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That is his first foul of the game. Bradley against Harden. Kicks to Capella. And here's Anthony for 3. The Clippers grab the miss.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
No, I mean, there had to be a better option that time down the court. That's just a missed opportunity.
Now here is Harris. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against New Orleans.
And he had 2 blocks also, don't forget. I mean, it tells you what kind of presence he was for him at both ends of the floor.
The vision, the timelessness of Chris Paul's game. For many years, he's made everyone around him better.
There's a screen by Gortat. Harris outside. Back to Beverly. Over Paul. That's good. The Houston lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Beverly.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let him have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
Two shots.
First free throw is good. Alinari, he's checked in for the Clippers. So Anthony nails both of them. Now here's Beverly. 5 points in the game. He kicks it to Harris. There's the screen. Got a piece of it. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Harris has got his second bucket of the night.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Anthony against Gallinari. Paul with the 3. Gallinari with the rebound. Clippers trail by 8. And Harris wide open. He shoots off target with the open look.
The D pretty much taking that possession off, but the shot's off target if nobody knew.
And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3. So it'll be James Harden shooting. It's going to be on Avery Bradley. Catching up on the changes for Houston. Nene comes in for Clint Capella, and Eric Gordon subbed in for Anthony. The Clippers with a change here too. Milos Teodosic, he's checked in for Avery Bradley. Free throw good from Harden. LA's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. There's a screen by Gortat. Harris outside. Off the screen, and Beverly finishes it off. Beverly's got 4 this quarter.
Oh, and the D can't do enough with Beverly down there. I mean, he's just too clever for them with his interior shot.
For 3, Gordon. It's deflected. Beverly with the ball. He's got 7. The pass to Gallinari. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul for the Rockets. Ennis comes in for James Harden. And Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Chris Paul. The Clippers also making some changes. Marjanovic comes in for Gortat. And it's Scott in for Harris. Here's Teodosic, defended by Gordon. Marjanovic kicks to Gallinari. There's a screen by Marjanovic. 4 on the shot clock. He got right to the cup using that screen. And it's 7 points for Gallinari.
Oh, look at the soft touch on the teardrop.
Carter-Williams against Beverly. Left side, Gordon. Here's Ennis. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
That's as good as it gets right there. Beautiful reverse layup in traffic.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
One shot, gentlemen.
Free throw drops for Ennis. Clippers trail by 10. To the paint, releases, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
All right, a chance to look at the numbers for Carter-Williams. Some last season stats for him. Last season, checked in at 4 points a game, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And you like what he brings backing up the point guard.
Yeah, no doubt. He knows how to run this offense. Tremendous asset to this team coming off the bench.
And the first one at the line is good. Gallinari hits them both.
His free throw ability makes him tough to defend in the post. Teams can't get too physical with him.
Bill, what a pleasure to have you with us. Great as always to hear your thoughts, your commentary. I hope you join us again soon.
I'd love it. Anytime, Kevin. Tell me.
Thank you. And Greg, how much fun is it to have Bill with us? Such a prominent voice in sports journalism and never afraid to speak his mind.
You know, oftentimes when you gain popularity, you become a little more conservative, a little more reserved, but not Bill. And that's why he's maintained such a tremendous following.
And that's how you set a screen. Takes the D right out of the equation.
There's 53 seconds left in the first half. And stolen by Scott. Teodosic, the pass to Beverly. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Well, in overtime, Beverly has established himself as just a defensive specialist, juggernaut, an absolute pest who plays his tail off on both ends of the floor.
The Clippers have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. First one falls for him.
But you got to give the Rockets credit. I mean, other teams may have looked at the Warriors and threw up their hands, but not the Rockets. Houston tried to put pieces around Harden to contend for a title.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Houston. Both free throws good from Beverly.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
Now here's Tucker. 7 points in the game. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Stolen by Gordon. Pull up Jay. Tucker dishes to Gordon. Pass to Carter Williams. Pulls up on the wing. No good. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Rockets lead by 5. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, you guys shot a great percentage in the first half, but still a tight game. What do you think's causing that?
I think right now we're playing at their tempo. You know, we need to pick up the pace. Defend, rebound, run, and pick up the pace a little bit.
And defense starts that pace. Thanks, Chris. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome back from the first half. Been a dandy so far. A dandy. You like that word, Kenny?
You know
it's
what?
a dandy.
My third grade teacher used to say that all the time.
That you're a dandy.
So this is a dandy of a class.
It is. And this is a dandy of a show. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet, Shaquille O'Neal.
So what's a dandelion?
Well, basically, that's what the class was.
A really cool lion.
Got it.
James Harden was the man in the first. He ended up with 17 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, Harden showing off. Complete offensive package, crazy range, and knows how to score off contact and draw fouls. And now he gets to the line all the time, and that's a tremendous burden for the defense.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
Well, I didn't even know who some of these guys were, but their bench came up with some big shots, gave the team a lift offensively. It's always possible those guys will see more minutes in the second half, but at the same time, if you're a starter for a reason. We shall see, Ernie.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
Day turning tonight here in the Southwest. We're in Houston. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, right. I mean, the defense hasn't had an answer for this guy yet. Just too skilled, too driven thus far.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Rockets leading by 5. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Harris and Gortat are up front. Patrick Beverly out there with Avery Bradley. And it's Mba Amute in at the small forward.
And James Harden, last season's MVP, the runner-up in 2015, actually won the players' vote for MVP that season. But last season, he took home the official hardware.
One shot.
And with James Harden winning the MVP in 2018, Russell Westbrook in 2017, Kevin Durant in 2014, You think a few what-ifs right now in Oklahoma City?
A few, more than that, Kevin. I mean, probably tough for them all to win MVP playing on one team. A good shot at a different trophy, though, maybe the one that starts with the name of Larry.
Here's Paul. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. Capella, the pass to Harden. Capella trying to free himself up.
Ooh, he's so crafty with the ball. The ability to score inside and outside, just a terrific night from Harden.
And Beverly kicks to Harris. Back to Beverly. Amute, a screen on Paul. Beverly, the pass to Harris. And yes, it's good. Harris has got 9.
Whether it's inside or outside, Harris remains steady and ready to shoot the ball. He definitely has the trust of his teammates and coaches.
Now here's Anthony. Amute pulls it in.
A hand right in his face on the layup. Excellent defense that time in the play.
Harris's shot is off. Houston leading by 6. Paul outside. And now here's Chris, guarded by Harris. But they recover it. Capella kicks to Chris. Hits the three-point bomb. He's got 9.
The touch is there. Next comes the consistency. Chris wants to be seen as a threat from deep.
Now here's Beverly. He's got 9. There's a screen by Gortat to the inside. Here's Harris. Tries yet again. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Now the size and the length of Gortat, it comes in handy on both ends of the floor. I mean, he's a solid and more than reliable big man with a soft jam.
The Clippers have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
No good on the free throw.
Say what you will about Gortat, but the man just keeps producing. He gives you points, rebounds. He's a decent facilitator, and he does it all with good efficiency.
He hits the second from the line. And see Webb discussing Gortat. He gives you a lot that doesn't show up in the stat sheet as well.
He sets hard picks. I mean, he blocks out. He can play the enforcer role. He gives you a little everything apart from his long-range shooting.
Harden. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Houston. On Tuesday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Portland Trail Blazers. Then on Friday, they'll tip off a road trip in Brooklyn where they'll take on the Nets.
And when you look at that Pacers matchup, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
And that one misses. Well, great leaping ability. Such a advantage in this game of basketball, Chris, when you think about the bigs who can control that kind of part of their game. Who comes to mind for you?
But you have to go out there to look at that man, DeAndre Jordan. I mean, he dunks, it looks like a Nerf hoop. He just throws it up there. The way that he gets up. How about Drummond, the way that he can get 20 rebounds in just a second. How quick he is at getting that second step and going back up. And I think of athletic big men. I think of Andre Drummond as one of the most athletic big men that I've ever seen in my time of playing basketball.
Now here's Beverly. He's got 9. He feeds it to Gortat. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The Clippers in the past few seasons, Greg, have completely overhauled their roster. They are making some serious changes here.
Practically nobody from the team 2 years ago is still with the franchise. It was a complete teardown, and they felt they needed to hit the reboot button. Jerry West knows what he's doing, though, and he's done this before with great success.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
Well, Kevin, the Western Conference Finals. I mean, the Rockets had the Warriors right where they wanted them. But due to the injury of Chris Paul, I mean, it helped open the door for the Dubs, but You got to play who's in front of you, and they won the last 2 games to take the series.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. And had they advanced to the finals, Chris, the Rockets would have been favored. Is it hard to bounce back when you felt so close to winning a title?
It can haunt you, but it also inspires you. Because you know there's things you can work on and you can get right back. I mean, winning a title this year should go a long way towards soothing that pain.
And the Clippers call time here. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
And he's in a complete groove right now. I don't think they can stop him altogether, but they at least need to make him work a little harder than he has been. And a chance here to check out some stats on Lou Williams. Last year, getting it done. 11th in free throw percentage. And he ranked in the top 15 in points per game. One of the league's premier offensive threats.
And let's again give him credit for knocking down free throws at such a torrid pace. He was operating in a steady groove all last season. Now, here's Mbamute. Back to Williams. Screen by Mbamute. Williams with a clean look. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
I mean, you look at Chris Paul, he didn't play in the last 2 All-Star games, but he's a top 15 player in this league.
And Chris Paul, All-NBA first or second team just about every single season, and perennial first-team All-Defense.
But get this, only 3 point guards in league history have averaged 18 points, 10 assists, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals for an entire season. Russell Westbrook, he did it once, Isaiah twice, and Chris Paul 5 times.
And the first one drops.
He's a proven winner. I mean, it's easy to appreciate the skill set of Paul, a masterful shooter and a clever defender.
Both free throws good from Paul. As you talk about IQ for the game, skill and competitive desire, few can rival Chris Paul.
Well, his buddies LeBron and Wade tease him about having a Napoleon complex. But whatever the reason, his motivation and perfection, it's impossible to stick. And sometimes all you got to do is lob it Capella's way. Often he takes care of the rest.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Harden right side. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Here are the top distributors from last season. These guys always seem to find the open man. James Harden, 3rd.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
He misses the free throw. And 6'10" forward Marquise Chris, the 8th overall pick in 2016 out of the University of Washington.
And you know, Kevin, it was almost like he took a step back in year 2. The guy's an athletic pogo stick, but you're going to need more than just size and leaping ability if you want to succeed in this league.
And the second free throw, good. Clippers trail by 15. Outside Williams. On the wing, Harris. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. Harris has got 7 points for the quarter.
Look, that matches his 3-point total from the first half. He had 1 in the first, now he's got 1 in the second.
Williams against Paul. Capella with a screen on Bradley. It's Harden with the drive and the jam by Harden.
The ability of Harden to shift gears, exceptional. He can turn on the Jets off the bounce.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Bradley passes to Gortat. Down low, stolen by Harden. Paul dishes to Anthony. No dice from 9 feet out.
He's trying to help him add to this lead, but he just can't find his touch.
Harris kicks to Mbamute. There's a screen by Gortat. Shot clock at 6. And the foul on Harden. That's his first foul. C-Webb, when you look at how basketball is taught at early levels for these kids, middle school and then high school, anything there that you would change?
Yes, I would change to developing all players and taking away positions.
Interesting.
When you are young and you're in, let's say, 3rd grade and you're the tallest player on the team and I make you a center and I pull you to one end and I only show you how to make layups. I don't show you how to shoot threes or to dribble. I'm assuming that your body is always going to stay the same. And I believe that coaches should teach great skill set, shooting, passing, dribbling. And when you do that, a player can then become the full player they're intended to be instead of teaching incrementally where a player may get stuck and identified as this type of player his whole time. I think that really what you need to do is teach full skill sets and allow players to develop. Just think if someone would have said, Kevin Durant, you can only shoot layups. We wouldn't be able to see the true unicorn that he is.
Wonderful thought. 2 points. That one goes. 6 points for Clint Capella.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Here's Williams. He's got 15. It's rebounded by Houston. Chris has got his 3rd rebound tonight. The drive by Paul, and the shot goes in. Paul's got 9 points.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's Bradley. Good work defensively by Capella.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts. No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Outside Bradley. Williams passes to Gortat. Out to Harris. Gortat with the screen for Harris. The Clippers rebound. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Clint Capella.
And at the offensive end, Gortat probably doesn't get his due. He's got a lot of moves, and he can finish with either hand. And his work on the offensive glass is more than capable.
2 shots.
That free throw good from Marcin Gortat. Houston a whole new 5 on the floor. And then for Los Angeles, Scotty's checked in for Tobias Harris. Gallinari comes in for Mbamute. And it's Milos Teodosic in for Bradley. Both free throws good from Gortat. Houston leading by 14. And the layup is good. Carter Williams has got his 2nd basket of the night.
Look, Carter Williams is a fantastic feel for inside the paint. Defenders have a tough time dealing with his size.
Teodosic kicks to Scott. The shot misses. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Gordon. That shot no good. And the Clippers will come the other way.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Clippers making a switch here. Marjanovic is checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And you think about Mike D'Antoni, the modern-day godfather with pace and space. We saw this with his teams back in Phoenix, Houston. Actually, middle of the pack in pace of play. But they certainly looked to space the floor, though, shooting more threes than twos.
Now here's Gordon. He has 6. And Tucker has it in the corner. And talk about Houston slowing down a bit from D'Antoni's usual run-and-gun style.
Oh, yeah, they want to get Harden, one of the best shooters and passers in the game, in a mismatch and let him pick his man apart. D'Antoni showing more flexibility with his system than perhaps you give him credit for.
And he makes the first. And he can't hit the second. When you were playing on the road, obviously the fans would yell things and, you know, try to get under your skin. C-Webb, do you remember any instance when it really bothered you and took effect?
Maybe when I would go home and play for the Pistons, I'd see some fan in the green and white, and maybe Steve Smith, my partner, paid him to be there. But, you know, the Michigan State fans, you know, the gold blue or that type of thing. Or in Ohio, it's very funny, you know, in Ohio, if they want to boo, if they want to get the crowd pumped up, all they do is put a big Michigan M up there and the crowd will go crazy and boo. So Ohio, usually my people in Ohio State, the Cleveland, they always, you know, had something to say. No, but it was more like, you know, you suck, Ohio State is the best, you know, Michigan State, you should have come here, that type of stuff. And you kind of look back, give a guy a wink, knock her down a jump shot, and put your fingers to your lips and just say, shh, you don't want to get me upset. Let sleeping dogs lie.
That's great. Now, here is Gallinari. He's got 9. The dish to Williams. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Houston leading by 11. Right side, Gordon. The shot by Carter Williams. Nobody around. Another miss by Houston. Williams against Gordon. Marjanovic, a screen on Gordon. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. 4th, the Clippers.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
Carter Williams kicks it to Tucker. Nene, the screen. There's the pick. Tucker, the pass to Nene. Outside Gordon. Puts it up from 15. Here's Carter Williams. Here's Ennis. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams. Carter Williams has got 3 assists now in this one. Teodosic, the pass to Williams. The 10-footer. Here's Marjanovic. Got a hand on it, and he gets it back. Here's the break. Wide open look. Tucker can't get it to go. Clippers trail by 14. Here's Williams. Here's Marjanovic. Tries it again over Nene, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Lou Williams. Both shots good from the stripe. And here are the Rockets now. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
And that was a shocker. Hard to believe that they dropped the ball, so to speak, on that one, and probably a tough pill for them to swallow.
Well, it's just a reminder that nothing comes easy in the NBA. I don't care who you're facing. You're not going to win if you're not at your best.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first one falls. And he makes both free throws. Houston leading by 10. Knocked away. Stolen by Beverly. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And throughout his career, Beverly has remained a pest, an aggressive defender that no one likes having him guard.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. And he's good on the second. 1:11 left in the third. Carter Williams kicks it to Tucker. Nene, the screen. Ennis with the ball. Marjanovic on him. Good on the shot. Ennis has got 8 points.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're already getting dogged out there. I mean, and now he's landing body blows.
Stolen by Nene. Down low. Here's Gordon. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Marjanovic has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Teodosic. No good with the triple. Houston leading by 11. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Lays it up and banks it in. Carter Williams has got 4 points in the quarter.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or it's sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
And Beverly kicks to Marjanovic. 2 on the clock. And the basket good. A bank shot that time. Marjanovic has got his second bucket tonight. James Harden getting it done for Houston. He's at the quarter-century mark. 25 points for him in this game as they have looked to him over and over to make things happen. Back to the action after this word. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Clippers trail by 11. Nene is out there with P.J. Tucker. Then there's Gordon. Then it's Ennis. And it's Carter Williams in at the point guard. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And that one's good. Teodosic
hits the moving target with the lead pass. He made it look so easy.
And for the Rockets, they're shooting at 51%. Really solid. Carter Williams kicks to Nene. Outside Gordon. Back to Tucker for the 3. That shot off. Nice D from Scott.
It's been a rough game for him, but it won't sting too bad as long as they hang on to the lead.
Teodosic, the pass to Beverly. Now Marjanovic. Pass to Teodosic. Buries it from three-point range. Teodosic has got 5 points in the quarter.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Gordon kicks to Ennis. Pass to Carter Williams. Shot clock at 5. Gallinari with the steal. Inside. That's good. The Houston lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Beverly.
And Kevin, when Beverly gets these shots inside, he's just remarkably efficient. He just has tremendous touch on these shots.
Here's Ennis. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
There's a screen by Marjanovic. And Gallinari kicks to Beverly. Here's Teodosic. That's good. He's 5 for 9. Now a timeout called by Houston.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, yeah, he might have seen something he wants to exploit. Well, we'll see what they run coming out of this.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Gortat's checked in for Marjanovic. Tobias Harris comes in for Scott. And Baamute's checked in for Gallinari. And Bradley's subbed in for Milos Teodosic. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mike D'Antoni was talking about with his team. He told them that for now, they have to back off of the three-point line. He said, we don't have to just shoot threes. Let's get the ball in tight for some high-percentage looks inside the paint. Back to you guys.
Stolen by Beverly, and the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Paul passes to Chris. Here's Bradley, and Capella sends it back.
An elite shot blocker in this game. Capella's athleticism and length allows him to stifle shooters.
Rockets on defense. And Beverly kicks to Gortat. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And it's Gortat finishing it off.
Well, they left it until the fourth quarter, but finally the run they needed to get back into this one.
They almost left it until too late. But now it's anybody's game.
A shot by Anthony, no good.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those two things that he possesses.
Now here's Bradley. For 3, Harris. Chris with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Ball's knocked loose. Here's Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
Oh, and Harden is just ferocious with his dunk, just ramming it in the defense's face.
Clippers trail by 4. There's a screen by Gortat. Gortat with a screen on Paul. Here's Beverly, and Capella sends it back. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Rockets leading by 4. And it's Paul penetrating. Here's Anthony, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got assist number 5 here tonight. The Clippers have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Capella against Gortat. Out left to the wing. Screen by Baamute. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Beverly missing.
Look, it would be a huge boost for them if he could start knocking these down.
Here's Chris. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Harris. That's good from Chris. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Clippers trail by 7. Here is Mbamute. Good on the three-point shot.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
The Los Angeles Clippers, they come into this one following a loss to the Pelicans in New Orleans. Paul passes to Chris, expanding his range. Gortat with the rebound. Gortat's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Gortat with a screen on Paul. And Beverly kicks to Gortat. Shot on the wing. The Rockets pull it in. Now Paul. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Sunday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. And then on Tuesday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And that matchup against the Sixers, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Both free throws good from Paul.
And no doubt Paul is still a top-tier point guard, a determined defender, and, of course, a remarkable distributor.
Now here's Bradley. There's a screen by Gortat. Bradley off the pick. He squares up and sinks it.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
The pass to Carmelo. Back to Paul. There's the triple. The Rockets again can't hit.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
No, I mean, there had to be a better option that time down the court. That's just a missed opportunity.
Now here's Paul. Capella inside. Gortat's there. Chris kicks to Capella. From outside the arc. Gortat comes up with the rebound. Gortat's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. That's good. The Houston lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Harris.
And Beverly, not a volume playmaker, but he always makes smart decisions with the basketball.
Anthony, the pass to Chris. The Rockets with another miss. It's deflected. Los Angeles has gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Stolen by Harden, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Bradley. The Rockets shooting just 30% from the field here in the fourth. Harden kicks to Anthony. Over Mbamute. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And that's 10 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Outside Bradley. Gortat with the screen for Bradley. Back to Beverly. There's a screen by Gortat. Just 5 on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Bradley can't get it to go. Houston leading by 4. Feeds it to Harden. Paul kicks to Harden from the arc. That one doesn't go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Harris inside the line. The rebound by Harden. And for Houston, they're shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. To the middle, inside. Here's Chris. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 5th assist in this one. Beverly against Paul. Amute, a screen on Paul. Harris, a screen. Count it, and the Houston lead has been cut back down now to 4 on the bucket from Beverly.
And Harris is all about sacrificing for the team. So skilled at setting firm, hard screens for his guys.
Harden the pass to Capella, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. And the 6'11" Clint Capella, just a phenomenal athlete. The mobility at that center spot is something really so crucial in today's game, where every team is looking to expose big men on the perimeter.
That's good from Capella. And Capella grew up in Switzerland playing soccer, a striker. Part of why he's so quick on his feet.
I mean, reminiscent of another soccer-playing center in Rockets history, the great Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon. Capella, you know, he's a long way from that, but anchoring a 60-win team at age 23, that's one heck of a start.
Looking at Los Angeles, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Pelicans. Harden kicks to Anthony. Capella, the pass to Paul. Misses the 3.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Bradley can't get it to go. Rockets leading by 7. And there's a call on Tobias Harris. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
That's his 4th foul. Now he's going to have to be careful. Still a little ways to go and only 2 fouls to spare.
Now here's Paul. Pass to Chris. On the wing, Harden, guarded by Bradley. Gortat with the steal. And oh, here we go. Harris, nobody back. And slam dunk by Harris.
Wow, and slowly but surely, Harris is learning what it takes to become a leader. When this team needs him to step up, he has no issue dominating crucial possessions.
Now here's Anthony over Mbamute. Shots good by Anthony. And the Rockets lead by 7.
Look, he's a tough fella to deal with when he gets below the free throw line.
Here's Harris. And that one, good. Harris has got 13 points in the second half.
Oh, and it's not easy to measure these floaters, but Harris has really mastered the craft.
Paul kicks to Anthony. Over Mbamute. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
Whoa, that's a very big part of his game, burning the D from mid-range.
Pass to Harris. It's tipped and stolen by Chris. And here is Paul. Anthony left side. Back to Paul. Pulls up from the corner. Capella dishes to Harden. Kicks it out to Paul. Passes it to Carmelo. Pocket 6. Jacks up a 3. And Chris Paul the bucket on the assist by Anthony.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Houston.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And after dropping game 1 in this matchup, they managed to take the second of a 3-game season series. No question, that's a morale booster.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for James Harden.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
He hits the first one, and that brings them within single digits.
Oh, wow. And Harris is a guy that really offers a ton of versatility. He can play both forward spots and is an efficient scorer from just about anywhere.
He's perfect from the line this time. This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock and take care of the ball.
Anthony sets the pick for Paul. An easy layup after coming off the pick. And the Rockets lead by 10.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
Well, they've gotten serious, stringing together some game-winning buckets.
And the Clippers call time here. They trail by 10. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, this has been rough all the way around. I mean, coming in with high hopes and then just now trying to finish the best they can.
All you can do at this point is focus. Dial in on each moment. Do your best. You can't get consumed over the score.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Nene, he's checked in for Chris. James Ennis comes in for Anthony. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Carter Williams in for Chris Paul. Here's Thornwell. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Scott. The Rockets pull it in. Outside Gordon. Dishes it to Carter Williams. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Chris, big win tonight. What do you think was the biggest factor?
I mean, I don't know. You know, it was just our defense. You know, obviously our offense fed off of it. Guys made open shots, but I think we really locked down defensively, and that's what we're trying to make sure is that we're a defensive team every night.
Well, you were a defensive team tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. So long and good night, everyone.